This is One Sentence News, a daily podcast featuring 3 news stories with a sentence-long summary and 1 sentence of context apiece. I'm Colin Wright. This is a sponsored message. I've been using Anchor as my podcast host for a while now, and it's been a pleasure to use. Anchor offers benefits that most other hosts do not. It's free to use, but it also has a collection of tools that allow you to create a podcast completely within the Anchor website or smartphone app. They distribute your show to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other distribution channels without any additional effort on your part, and you can make money from your podcast without any minimum audience size. So you can use it as a more traditional podcast host like I do, but it's also got everything you need to start a podcast from scratch. If you're keen to give it a shot, download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. It's Friday, June 24th, 2022. Let's talk about the news. From The Guardian, Canada lays out rules banning single-use plastics. The Canadian government has announced new details about an upcoming regulation of single-use plastics that'll take effect beginning in December 2022 and outlaw the production and eventually the sale of single-use plastic bags, cutlery, straws, stir sticks, carrier rings, and takeout containers. Implementation will begin with a ban on the production of such goods in December, then culminate with a ban on the sale of most such products in-country a year later. By the end of 2025, the government will also ban the export of such goods to other countries. This ban is meant to help reduce waste, as only 8% of plastic thrown away in Canada is recycled, and about 43,000 tons of single-use plastic items end up in the environment, especially waterways, each year. From the New York Times, FDA orders JUUL to stop selling e-cigarettes. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration ordered yesterday that e-cigarette company JUUL stop selling their products in the U.S., following an application to stay on the market. That denied application was required because of JUUL's success in selling the idea of vaping to young people, which their marketing materials made look cool and claimed were safer than smoking cigarettes, even though most vape cartridges contain a whole lot of nicotine and are thus massively addictive. The company's monetary success resulted in 35% of the company being bought by Altria, formerly known as Philip Morris, in 2018 for $12.8 billion as part of a larger effort to build new markets in the midst of waning sales for their traditional tobacco products. Some tobacco control experts have said that banning vaping products will do more harm than good, as they are in some ways a better alternative to cigarettes and the like. But others contend that this is a good move because many people who would not have otherwise gotten hooked on nicotine products were won over by the company's slick design and youth-oriented marketing, sparking new addictions where there wouldn't otherwise be addictions. A representative from JUUL has said that the company intends to seek a stay on the order alongside a possible appeal of the FDA's decision. And from Bloomberg, Bulgarian turmoil deepens as premier loses confidence vote. Bulgaria's anti-corruption Prime Minister Petkov has lost a no-confidence vote in parliament, which could give other parties the chance to form a replacement government if Petkov fails to organize a new, functioning one of his own in time. This is considered to be pretty big news in part because Russia has a lot of influence in Bulgaria, and Petkov has been trying to counter that, and in part because his government collapsed over efforts to help North Macedonia, another Balkan nation, join the EU, of which Bulgaria is a member. Until Petkov, Bulgarian politicians have tried to prevent North Macedonia from even beginning European Union entry negotiations because of long-time cultural heritage and language-related conflicts between the two countries, and only one veto from a member nation is required to prevent a new nation from joining. This swirl of political turmoil may also hobble plans by the Bulgarian government to adopt the euro as their currency beginning in early 2024. While also possibly delaying their receipt of more than $6 billion in COVID-related EU funding. If you're finding some value in One Sentence News, consider leaving a quick review wherever you get your podcasts and/or sharing the show with a friend. You can find out more about this show or subscribe to the email version at onesentencenews.com. And you can support this and other related projects, like the Let's Know Things and Brain Lenses podcasts, at understandery.com.